is so cold. Okay. So, I had a super cool weekend, but that's not the point. The point is construction stories. And I did my job tonight in construction, and now I have a story. So, one of my coworkers, his name is, I'm going to call him Traverse, like Traverse Town. He's a pretty cool guy. He's about my height. He's pretty beefy. He's around 30 or so. And he's just a fun dude, you know? You know, man? Yeah. So, our female coworker kept leaving and coming back and leaving and coming back. And I asked her about it. She says it was her lady time, so I kind of backed up. But we didn't know that at the time. And so Traverse came over. He was like, hey, man, give me your pliers. And so I was like, here. And he takes my pliers, grabs a piece of wire, and he goes over to her tool that she's using to pick up wire. And he takes it and he puts it inside of a hole in the rebar mat, and then he reaches down inside and ties it to the rebar. And so from above and from just somewhere, you're just like, oh yeah, they just left their stick in there. And when you actually go to take it out, you can't, because science and wire. And so it was funny, because we're sitting there like, and then she came over and she was like, and then she like grabbed her pliers and took it off, and we were like, good stuff, man, construction pranks, oh. And then she left again, and I was like, and I did it too, and so it kind of became a thing tonight. And then I took a large piece of wire and, in cursive, bent it into the words, you suck. And then I gave it to her. Because that's a thing that we do. She's trying to get me to be like a construction worker, like mentally and verbally, which means like lots of swearing and verbal abuse. But I disagree with her on that point, and I'm attempting to not sway to her peer pressure. Oh yeah. So I work for a really large corporation. They have projects all around the world. They're very, very technologically advanced. They're very safe. They have a lot of just resource at their disposal. And so when I first started working for them, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to work for some of the most advanced construction facilities in the world. This is crazy. I wonder what new tools and technologies and marvelous ways of doing things I will encounter in this new experience. And I go in and they're like, hey, here's a stick with a magnet on the end. Go pick up wire. And I was like, wait a minute. And that's how I feel about it. The other thing that is a bad thing is that when Traverse was like, her, and did that prank on her, he started to walk away, and rebar mats are, you know when you think of something being made out of concrete, and you just think of like a sidewalk. It's just like some blocks that are put up, and then they just dump concrete in there, and then it's concrete. Yippee. But when you're making like industrial strength things, you have to have like a skeleton on the inside made out of rebar, which is like cold rolled steel or whatever, I don't know. But since we're making pontoons, there's tons of rebar everywhere, and you're supposed to watch your step, and that's a big thing. Like you can roll an ankle, twist an ankle, you can flat out like kill yourself by walking the wrong way on these things. And so Traverse is walking away, and he takes a wrong step, and zoop, his foot goes in like up to here, and he's still forward momentum, and so he's going, and the rebar is made out of metal, and his skin is made out of skin. And so we kind of know who won. And thankfully it didn't break, but I was just sitting there like picking wire, and then I'm like, and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I need an adult. And I felt really bad for him because it looks like it hurt like a mother. And his face turned like all red and he's like, ah. But then he got the frick up and he went back to doing what he was doing. I was like, dang, man mode. It's probably completely terrible for his leg. And I told him that, but I don't know. He didn't listen. Whatever. Construction. Anyways, I'm going to go take a shower and expel all the coldness from my bones. And I'm going to go to sleep. Good night, guys.